Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off giving all praises unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that teach and rule well today. And salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide that's in the faith and exalting the names of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Shalom. So once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar from the Great Millstone, South Carolina Maintenance Branch, coming at you with another lesson. And as always, before I get into my lesson, this message or these videos go out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also to the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on the typical look of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. So shalom to you brothers and sisters that scatter worldwide, that's in the faith, and exalt the names of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Shalom. So basically, I'm just going to get into a quick video, okay, that, recently, okay, that about a week now, you had the passing of the Queen Elizabeth II, okay, which is a Edomite, a biblical Edomite from the so-called white race, okay, and according to the Bible, Esau, Edom is the wicked that the Bible speak of, okay? And right now, they are in rulership, okay? This is their kingdom, okay? Starting over there in Europe, okay? Where you got these elites, Esau, Edom, the less luminary ones, okay? That's ruling everything. Even over here in America, okay? Babylon the Great, which is their stronghold of their rulership, and all throughout different parts of the earth, okay? The state of Israel, okay, as they over there governing that, okay? But this is the time of Esau, Edom rulership. And the reason why I'm going to go into this video, okay, as you see, I got Q up on the screen from GMS Vegas sit-downs, 144K, okay? The beloved up-and-coming elder brother, Karat Dazak, from the Vegas branch, okay, did put up this video about going into how the Queen, okay, under their parliament, okay, through Great Britain, okay, and in England, how everything that she got in her possession was known by theft, okay, as they say they colonized the world, okay, but ever since her death, a lot of exposure has been coming out, okay? As you can see the title of the screen, shameful spewing upon the Queen, stolen jewelry from all countries they plundered, okay? And this is the MO of Esau Edom. This is what they're known for. This is their history. How they rape, rob, and stole everything into their possession, okay, as they're ruling, okay? Their history until now, and what they still have planned in the near future as they're trying to establish their NWO, okay? But I'm going to touch on how the scriptures, the Bible, talks about Esau, Edom, and how they gain the whole world by ill-gotten gain, okay? By the way of the sword, okay, which is the blessing of Esau, Edom, okay? And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, okay, is the one that put them in power for prophecy's sake, okay, to put them in power to let the whole world know who's the wicked that the Bible speak of, okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. Because like I say, man, ever since her death, a lot of exposure is coming out, okay? But their whole history is known for rape, rob, and murder, okay? Off of thievery, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and I pray that this lesson be edifying to the elect that's out there listening and the ones that's taking heed, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Elizabeth II is dead, so let's talk about the Queen's famous stolen jewels. Starting with the crown jewels, so expect to see these at Charles's coronation. That'll happen pretty soon. He'll hold the orb and scepter. So the orb represents Christian dominion over the world, the cross and then the globe. The scepter features the world's largest diamond. This is the first Cullinan diamond, also known as the Great Star of Africa. It was stolen from South Africa in 1905. The Azanian People's Organization recently made a statement about the first Cullinan. They said this diamond belongs to the black people of this country and to them alone. This is the Queen Mother's crown and contains the Kohinoor diamond from India right in the center. Now that the Queen's dead, the Kohinoor will go to Camilla. The British East India Company stole the Kohinoor from a 10-year-old king, Maharaja Duleep Singh, during the annexation of Punjab in the 1840s. Here's Queen Victoria wearing it on her cloak shortly after she stole it from a little boy. This is the imperial state crown, and it will also be put on Charles's head. This diamond in the middle is the Cullinan II, also from South Africa. This ruby in the middle is known as the Black Prince's Ruby. It's believed to be from Afghanistan. This sapphire at the top is the St. Edward sapphire and is actually considered a holy relic by the royal family. It's believed to be from Sri Lanka. Then on the other side of that crown is this sapphire, known as the Stuart sapphire. This one is believed to have originated from Myanmar or present-day Kashmir. Here's a non-coronation crown that Camilla is likely to wear. It's the Burmese ruby crown, made from rubies from Myanmar. They were gifted. Also the Nizam of Hyderabad tiara. It's made from diamonds from the Golconda mines of India. What do you think should happen with these jewels in the modern age?
Hey, so you see that, okay? That's the end of the video, okay? But you had that, that young woman on that TikTok video going into the history of Esau Edom, okay? In particular, the Queen of Britain, okay? Queen Elizabeth, okay? That recently passed, going into how all the jewelry and the resources that they gained in their possession was by the way of theft, man. Okay, was by the way of robbery. Okay, ill-gotten gain, man. Okay, by the way of the sword. Okay, by the governments that they put into place. Okay, to go and conquer those other nations by the way of their military. Okay, hey, but this is biblical prophecy. This is the wicked that Yahweh Shemel Shah set up in the power, Esau Edom. That's how they gain their success here throughout the earth, man. Okay? By conquering other nations. And most definitely, the history, how they conquered us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? It's well-known history here today how Esau Edom got control over the Americans, or the Americans at this time, okay, here in the Western Hemisphere, by the enslavement and damn near genocides of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And still to this day, we're under their subjection, okay, under their rule, okay, subject unto them, man, okay? But now we're in the time of Yahweh Shemel Shah exposing them, because we're in the time that the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, is about to bring judgment on the biblical Edomites, the so-called white race, okay, starting with these elites on down. And all these heathen nations, eventually they're going to pay. Because even though Esau Edom is ruling over these other nations as well. He's the chief seat when it comes to power. These other nations as well had a hand in our downfall, okay? Such as the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs, the original Africans, which are the Hamites, okay? And all of them are going to pay, man. Because in the near future, who the world calls Christ, Yahweh Shai, when he returns, he's going to deliver the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, the 144,000, and he's going to establish his kingdom, the kingdom of Israel on the earth. And all these nations, starting with Esau, Edom, starting with these elites, they're going to go into captivity. And all the riches and the resources that these heathen nations have, starting with Esau, Edom, they're going to be given unto us, man, including them. Okay? That's their future after the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, by the way of thermonuclear missiles, and at the same time in the midst of Yahweh Shai's second coming, to bring war, to bring judgment, man, okay, to these heathen nations. But you see that Esau Edom is being more and more exposed, man, okay, because you have people that, that mourn, especially some of our people, man, okay, the lost Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that mourn the death of the queen, okay, and other nations as well. But on the other hand, a lot of exposure came out about Queen Elizabeth, okay, and her counterparts of Esau, Edom, how they stole everything, how they done did all type of wickedness, all abominable acts, okay, when it comes to the nations. But Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring judgment on Esau, Edom, and their history of how they gained everything through wickedness was already written in the Holy Bible. That's why the prophets, okay, start with Great Millstone and brothers on down, okay, those that's out there on the highways and byways and doing videos through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, is why the prophets out there have given this truth to expose Esau Edom about their wickedness and their history and what they're still doing. And we letting them know that eventually Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to bring judgment, okay? And it is going to be a just due, okay? Start with the nation of Israel, man, okay? When the Lord take these heathen nations down, starting with Esau, Edom. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into the scriptures and touch on some scriptures going into how the Bible talks about how Esau, Edom characteristics to prove that they're the so-called white people today, about their history, man, okay? And about their motives, okay? About the way how they gain everything by wickedness, okay? So I'm going to start off with Micah chapter 2, verse 1. And it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." Okay, and that's going into how they're comfortable in their rulership. And due to they being comfortable and being secure in their rulership and have the upper hand above all nations, because this is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai, setting them in power due to prophecy's sake. Now, they figure that they'll never be taken out of power, okay? Even though they know their history, they know how they gain everything in their possession by the way of the sword, okay? By setting up different governments and different regimes, okay, to furthermore push their agenda, okay? And how they don't gather everything when it comes to the riches of the earth, okay? Once again, which is their blessing that the Lord gave them, but it's temporary. And how they have gotten it is why Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring judgment, okay? And still to this day, we're to the point that now they want to gather all nations by the way of the NWO that they want to establish by stamping everybody with the MOTB, the micro, the CHIP that's soon to be implemented, okay? But right now they have everything in their possessions, man, all the resources and the material things of the earth, including the control of the people. Okay? But it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Okay? And the word woe means destruction. Because Yahweh Shema Shah is going to bring judgment to Esau Edom as a whole, starting with these elites and these royal families over there in Europe. Okay? In particular, over there in England and, in Britain. Okay? Because now they're talking about what? Prince Charles. Okay? The Queen's son is about to take over. Okay? You already know he's part of the agenda with these elites where they want to furthermore oppress the people and keep everything in their possession, man. And they don't figure that they'll never be taken out of power. Okay? And it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, their agenda. Okay, what they can cause more and more to furthermore oppress the people. Okay, when it comes to draconian measures, strict legislations, as you can see, they more and more putting that in play. Psyops, stage events, okay, to cause more havoc. Okay? So this is the power that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave them on the left-hand side. Okay? By the way of the mainly also by the sword. Okay, they ready to bring martial law. Okay, they got the military, such as in the form of NATO. Okay, the UN, America backing them up, and other countries that are on side with them. But now you're seeing a division when it comes to other nations as well, taking a stance to fight against NATO, the EU, America, and the state of Israel. Okay, such as Russia, China, Iran. Okay, and other countries that done side with Russia being the head, because we're in the time of the Third World War. Okay, and that's why you're seeing Esau Edom mainly going against each other, the infighting, even amongst the elites and NATO. Okay, the EU that's breaking up. Okay, so that's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But as of right now, they have control over the whole earth, and their history prove it, how they gotten to that point. By theft, by robbery, by rape, by murder. Okay? Ill-gotten gain once again. Okay, let me continue on. Verse 2. They covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his inheritance. Yeah, so you see that in that video, that young lady, okay, that, could have been a East Indian, okay, look like which go back to Elam, a Elamite. But she went into a brief history of how the queen, that most of the riches of the jewelries that she, of her interior that she had on was by theft from other countries. Okay, she mentioned Africa, India, Afghanistan, okay, different diamonds and rubies and emeralds that they had taken and cling it and put it up to themselves, okay, by the way of theft, man, through the military, okay? That's it on that. Hey, but this is what the scriptures talk about. This is the MO of Esau Edom. And in their mind, they figure that they're never going to pay. They figure that they're going to continue on to rule forever, man. Okay? Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is Psalms 49 and 11. And it reads, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Yeah, their houses. Okay, their houses going into what? Their possessions of how they ruling the earth. Okay? As now they are moving forward with their NWO. Okay, they think they're going to continue on to rule Europe as a whole. They think they're going to continue on to have a stronghold over here in America, in the land of Israel, Australia, having part ownership over there in China. Russia think they're going to be the next superpower. Okay? Over there in the Middle East, they think they're going to continue on to rule that. Over here in the Central and South Americas. Okay? Canada. Okay? But the Lord's gonna disappoint them when Yahweh shall return. And it says the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, they dwelling places to all generation. Because right now the talk is of these elites, okay? These individuals going into their technology, talking about how they're trying to bring everlasting life through transhumanism, biometric, okay, technocracy, okay, with their technology, they're gonna rule forever, man. Okay, leading by the way of that MOTB, okay, that's gonna seem to perform miracles, okay, to better mankind, okay. After they done destroy everything, somehow they come up with the solution to fix the problems that they cause by the way of their technology, man. Okay, by they strong arming all the nations to have them to submit to the NWO. But now we're in the time that Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to bring them down. Okay, because as the scripture says, it's a bound that they cannot pass. And that's why you're seeing the awakening of the nation of Israel coming back. Okay, the Negroes, Latino, Native Americans waking up to who we really are, our true power, knowing the prophecies, knowing about the so-called white race, their exposure, or who they really is according to biblical prophecy, or according to the Bible itself, their biblical nationality, what they trying to do. Yahweh Shemel Shai has already got it set when it comes to their judgment. And that's what the prophets are out there proclaiming. But these elites, they're not thinking about being taken out of power. Although they see the so-called UFO sightings, which are the chariots, the angels, another sign of that the Lord is about ready to come back and bring them out of power. Because that's how Yahweh Shai is going to return. Okay? They seen the Great Awakening. They seen the plagues. They seen uproars of the people. But through their pride, they think they'll never be taken out of power, man. Okay? And it says, continue on, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Yeah, so everywhere they go, they done conquer. They put their name on it. Okay, America Vespucci. Okay, that go back to him. Okay, Explorer. Okay, um, Africa. Okay, that was named after a so-called white man. Okay, all continents, to a certain extent, was named after these Edomites. Okay, after the conquerors. Okay, starting with these elites on down for ages, man. Ever since they came back into power during the Renaissance, during the 14th century. Okay, but they think they're gonna continue on forever. They think they're gonna still continue on to oppress people. Okay, to go in these other countries and constantly just by violence take away the people rights, to take away people resources, okay, and hoard it unto themselves, okay, and constantly oppress the people and see them as perpetual slaves, man. That's what they want to do when they come to implementing this MOTB, okay, because now we're coming to the point that they want to crash the system, okay, the financial system when it comes to the dollar, and replace it with a currency, a digital. Okay, everything on a grid, everything electronically. Okay, and everybody got to submit and pay dues to them. Okay, only way you can buy or sell if you have that implemented or incision in you. Okay, and that you can only depend on that system. Okay, that what they call it, the CB DC. Okay, if I saying it right, basically that digital system that they always talking about, doing these summits, doing these different councils, these elites. Okay, basically a central bank digital currency. Okay, say it like that, because that's what it is, man. Okay, the CBDC. okay? And everybody information is going to be in that cloud, as they say, technology. Because Esau Edom has a mind frame of trying to be like the Most High, to know everybody whereabouts, how much they spent, how much they can afford, how much they can, Esau Edom allow them to offer them to do, okay? A privilege to do, permission by the whatever system, when it comes to that digital system, whatever they allow, okay, that credit-based system, social credit system, they only can allow a certain limit of people of what they can do, okay? Control, man, taking away the people's rights. But Esau always been known for that, man, taking things, taking people's rights away, resources away, lands, okay? And even to the point that they set up different regimes of these other countries that have, the original people of those countries, when it comes to their leaders, to sell out to the system, to sell out to the government, okay, so they can, be in a leadership to do their will, to do their bidding, to oppress the people, man. Okay, puppets, man. Okay, which is known as the lesser luminary ones. But I'm going to go to Obadiah and get another scripture going into the wickedness, man. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. This said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and the ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And that's what we're starting to see now. Okay, now you're starting to see nations taking a stand to come against Esau Edom, in particular, the EU and NATO and America, okay, and the state of Israel, okay? Now you're starting to see nations once again, such as Russia, which they're Edomites as well, once again, as I made mention, but now they're taking the charge, and these other nations, such as China, India, Iran, okay, Syria, certain countries over there in the Middle East, okay, siding to, join with Russia, ready to fight against America and the EU, okay? So that's what you're starting to see. And as a whole, you're seeing uproars of the people ready to go against their own government. And that's soon to come here in America, as known as civil unrest, okay? Civil war. And even Esau Edom, the low-level Edomites over here, the average American white citizen, Edomite citizen, they ready to go against this government, ready to take our arms. Because they seeing the wickedness that their own government has done unto them by taking away their rights. But it's our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, always seem to be the last one to catch up, man, as they're comfortable, as they're in the spirit of folly, mirth, okay? And that's according to 2/3 of our people that's going to not take heed, and they're going to get caught up into the judgment or the plagues that the Lord is about to bring, which is prophecy, the time of war. But the elect is going to take heed. The elect is going to see through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is going to lead to what? Measuring the times and knowing the truth, which is going to lead to salvation and the covering of Yahweh Shem Yahushua as we're approaching Jacob's trouble. Let me continue on. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And you've seen that here in these times, as Yahweh Shem Yahushua is exposing Esau Edom as a whole. Now these nations are despising Esau Edom. And that word small going into insignificant. Okay, now these nations starting to see that America don't have the great power as it once has. Okay, they don't have that might as they once had when they come to their military. Because now these other nations outside of America, their enemies, have advanced weapons just at America, or even better, starting with Russia, and Russia is aiding their allies that's willing to fight for Russia against America and NATO. Okay, but they're despised, man. You're starting to see people of these other nations starting to leave off from the American dollar, the EU dollar. Okay, in particular the American dollar, man, as it's losing its value, and people dumping it to go join what Russia got in state, known as their economy, the BRICS. Okay, which is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, as a banking system, okay, that Russia is leading it by the way of a standard, the money system, a standard back up by the way of gold. But eventually, as things going to the point of the digital, they're going to have to conform to that as well. Okay, because that's what the scripture says in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Okay, that the MOTB, he's going to cause all. And eventually all these nations, okay, if they want to continue on to do transitions and trades, they're going to have to take that step toward that type of system, okay, that digital system. Okay, but the point is that you got a lot of these nations starting to leave off for the American dollar as it's weakening, and it's backed up by the way of debt, okay, that done cause a problem to these other countries, leading their countries when it comes to financially in their economy, becoming more in debt by taking on this dollar. Okay? But let me continue on. And it says, the pride of thy heart had deceived thee, thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high. Yeah, because that's their original habitation. Okay, Esau, Edom. Okay, they're known for being in the cliffs, the rocks. Okay, and that's all their history. Okay, was very, very known when it comes to Mount Petra or Mount Seir. Okay, over there in the Middle East. Okay, the history always been known for as they was pushed up during the time of the Dark Ages. Okay, in which when the Negroes, and the blacks at that time, so-called Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the Southern Kingdom, when they came into power, okay, during the Dark Ages, when they took over Rome, they pushed the Edomites up north, okay, toward Georgia, Russia, okay, southern Georgia, Russia, in the Caucasus Mountains. And that's where you get the term today, Caucasian, which the word Caucasian means cave dweller. Okay, so this is another biblical or Bible indicator of who the Edomites are today. Okay, one of their characteristics as they nation, as they known in the history of being in the mountains, the cliffs of the rocks. Okay, and it says, whose habitation is high, that say in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, because now they're in power. Okay, and now they have that pride, man. Okay, now they have the technology. Okay, they got the satellites out of space. Okay, space stations. Okay, and once again, look at the current look of the world when it comes to Esau, Edom. Okay, especially here in America, how they got skyscrapers. Okay, these 100 store buildings, skyscrapers, and the concrete. Okay, everything's stone. Okay, because that's their characteristics of reminding them about the cliffs, the rocks, the mountains, the caves. Okay, and Esau always known for going hiking. Okay, cliff hanging. Okay, going up to the cliffs. And lately, a lot of them that was going up to these cliffs and climbing these cliffs, hey, they falling off. Okay, dropping to their death. But that's their characteristics. Okay, proving who the Edomites today. And it says, and this also proves who the Edomites is today. Verse 5. If thieves come to thee as robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they had enough? Yeah, because Esau Edom, they stole everything. He had the whole world in his possession. Okay? As they say, they colonize. Okay? Through their military, through their governments. Okay? Through their legislations that they push. Okay? The oppression that they have on all nations. Okay? And it says, if these come to thee, if robbers by night, how art they cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah, so they want everything to themselves. Even to this day, they'd have everything in their possession, but they still want to furthermore oppress the people and constantly rape, rob, and take everything unto themselves, man. Okay? As it says, man, as a grape gatherers, okay, would they not leave some grapes? Okay, because back in the ancient times, okay, as a welfare system, okay, you had certain grapes, fruits, vegetables, okay, that you harvest. You know, you took a portion for yourself, but you left you know you left a portion for the poor. Okay, you know, so they can eat. Okay, so they can provide for themselves. But not Esau, man. He want everything unto himself, man. Okay, he wanted that, and that's that greed. Continue on. Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And now you're seeing that. Okay, they being exposed when it comes to their history. Matter of fact, let me get a precept. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 9. And it says, if grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they would destroy till they have enough. Yeah. And so they constantly want to destroy, want to take. Okay, and that just didn't stop at the queen. Okay, in the time of England when she came into power. Okay, when they set her up on the throne. Okay, even before that. Okay, how they got everything in their possession, starting from once again the Renaissance, from the Borgia family, which was also known as the first crime family. Okay, and from that time until this time of existence, they have done the same thing over and over, man. Because that's all they know. Okay, and that's why they consider the wicked. That's why the Lord say that they're the thieves, man, of the planet Earth. So that's it on that. Let me get this. Psalms chapter 73, verse 3. And it says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And that's what it seemed like. It seemed like these elites of Esau Edom, these higher ups, Esau Edom that's ruling, they'll never be taken out of power. Okay? Hey, Edomites that's over here, even though they starting to feel the pain, it seems like they're not losing their riches. And, they have everything, while the average Negro, Latino, Native American is suffering, and these other nations that got a certain, to a certain extent, that's well off. But compared to these Edomites, these other nations don't even have what they have, man. Okay? And it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Yeah, and what was the age of Queen Elizabeth, when she, supposedly, passed? Okay, they would say she was 96 years old. Okay? And these devils, they live a certain life. Okay, to when it comes to their health or living longer than the average person. Why, man? Because they have all the best things when it comes to their dietary. even though they do all type of wickedness, okay? But they eat the healthiest and the finest things to keep on going. And other things that they do through the left-hand side to preserve their life. Okay, but that's the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because this is the time of their enjoyment of their rulership. Because after this, what's next for them, once again, is to be servants unto us, the nation of Israel, starting with Yahweh Shai and the elect. Okay? But it seems like they'll never be taken out of power. Okay? That's why they said that. But their strength is firm. And it says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Okay? Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. Once again, that greed, man. Okay, they done took everything in their possession by the way of violence. And their history proved that. And it says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly. Concerning oppression, they speak lawfully. Yeah, because especially the oppression and the enslavement of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because when we bring the point up of slavery, and especially the prophets, while we out there teaching and telling them they have to pay, okay, they shun that, man. Oh, forgive and forget. That was the back in the days. That was history. Okay, this is the new age. All of us got equality now. Okay, it doesn't seem that way, that's a lie. But even these average Edomites, you tell them about the dreadful slavery that we went through in our history over here in America. Hey, they say forgive and forget. Don't worry about that. But anytime you bring up any catastrophic event that happened to their nation, or they want you to remember that, and when you speak about it, and you know, and tell them that it was judgment, or you tell them that the Lord brought that upon them, or you tell them that a lot of these things that happened, that so-called happened to them as a nation, a lot of it was a setup, okay, a false event, a stage event. Then they hit you with misinformation, false news, false information, and give you a strike and call you a radical, a extremist, okay? Hate speech, okay? When their exposure come out, man, or their lies, man, and what they had caused to the nations, man, especially us, man. But that's it on that. I'm gonna go to Psalms. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Psalms chapter 17. Because once again, look how they got everything, okay? Especially off the hard labor and the bloodshed of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, okay? Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. And it reads, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. And that's what eventually Yahweh Shem Shai is going to do, okay, as they think they're going to establish this new world order. After all the wickedness they have done in ages, in centuries, in the times that we're approaching, they still want to cause more destruction by the way of their agenda they didn't want to forward. Okay, but the Lord is eventually going to disappoint them, and it start with His truth exposing them, the Lord waking up the elect, and eventually, when Yahweh shall return, to gather the elect and to bring all these nations out of power, starting with Esau, Edom. Okay, and it says, verse 13, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that's the prayer of us, man, the hopeful elect, that the Yahweh Shem shall deliver us from the wicked Esau Edom, which is the Lord's sword. Because once again, Yahweh Shem Shai have set up Esau Edom in his rulership. Okay, as for us, to be a punishment unto us. Okay, and for us, we're looking for Yahweh Shem Shai to deliver us from this man agenda, where they got in play. Okay, when it comes to the time of martial law, strict legislations, orchestrated famines. Okay, as they got weapons when it comes to the heart machine. Okay, to cause modified weather. Okay, all type of uh, uh, instruments of death that Yahweh Shema Shai bless Esau Edom with, which is the Lord's sword. But Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deliver his elect from Esau Edom, from the times to come. Okay? And it says, verse 14, for men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, whose belly thou fillest with thy hidden treasure. And that's Esau Edom. He got all the riches, man. All the hidden treasures that we don't even know about. Well, you don't even see on TV. Okay, when it comes to the Discovery Channel. Okay? National Geographic channels. You know, Esau, on TV, he show you all the good, pleasant places that they dwell at. All the resources they have when it comes to jewelry and certain material things that they have, they put on display on TV, showcase. Okay, things that we see and things that we don't see that Esau have. Okay, the hidden treasure that Yahweh Shem Shai gave him in his possession, man. That how he gained it by the way of the sword, by the way of lies, death. Okay, and it says, they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Yeah, that's why Esau got a term called old money. How have America been so successful for years? Due to the enslavement and the enslavement of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the prosperity off of that. Okay, even to these other countries have grown wealthy. Okay, off of America. Okay, and still to this day, it's going that way. Okay, prosperity or prospering off the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, because when you ask, these Edomites today, and they talking about that was my ancestor that did that past history of how they enslave us, the hardship they put upon us, but they benefiting off of it. Okay, those the ones when it says that they lead the rest of their substance to their babes. Okay, but that's it on that. But they figure that they'll never have to pay. Let me get matter of fact, let me get James chapter 5, verse 1. And it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. And that's going to Esau Edom. Okay, starting with these elites on down. Okay, mainly these elites, man. Your riches are corrupt, your garments are moth-eaten. Yeah, they corrupt because how they gain it. Okay, even to this dollar. Once again, this dollar that America had uphold for years, now that it's falling, it was always known to be corrupt. Okay, and look at it, man. Ain't nothing but debt notes. Now look at the economy, the world's economy of people that took hold of the dollar. Okay, but let me continue on. Your gold and silver is cankered. The rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yeah, so everything they have gotten, okay, was by the way of ill-gotten gain. Okay, by wickedness, by bloodshed. Okay, ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Yeah, we're in the last days. And still to this time, Esau, Edom, have the fatness of the earth. Okay, he have all the material things, the best, okay, to a certain extent. All the best riches, wealth, material things, the resources, okay, in the world, man. Okay, unto themselves. Okay, mainly these elites, man. And it says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. Yeah, this system. Okay, especially here in America, everything is set up about a way of fraud. And they put it into the system by the way of justifying it. Okay? Taxes. Okay, here you don't work, you get your money, and they taking taxes out before you can even spend your money. Okay, which is usury. Okay, you get a loan, they put interest on that. Okay, 10%, 15%. Okay, the payments that you got to pay for certain things such as food, which should be free. Okay, a God-given right, food, water, light, energy. Okay, anything that you want to purchase or deem to have, especially in America, it costs a living. Okay, which is oppression. And it says, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth the cries of them which have reaped into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath oath. And that start with the nation of Israel, start with the elect. Okay, the Lord of the Sabbath oath represent the Lord of armies. Okay, Sabbath oath mean armies. And that's why you're seeing the reason why Yahweh Shema Shah raising up the elect. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. The elect crying for all the abominations that's done in the midst thereof. Okay? Due to all the wickedness that's being pushed, man. And that's why you're seeing now more and more of the uproars of the people. The time of the Third World War. Nations gathering to fight the Third World War. Okay? The talk of nuclear missiles, nuclear war. The threat of it, man. And on top of that, once again, you're seeing the chariots sightings, which is the army of Yahweh Shai in the heavens, man. Okay? The so-called UFOs. Because that's how Yahweh Shai is going to return with the host of angels to bring war. Okay? Against these nations' military. Mainly NATO. Okay? The EU and America. And it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Okay, so judgment is coming. You have condemned and killed the just, and that's going to us, the Israelites. Okay? And he doeth not resist you. And you see that. Here, our people done been beaten into submission, man. Okay? Because to this point, man, we go out there and teach this word, and we let our people know that recompense is going to come back in the right way. That our power, Yahweh Shema Shah, the true living power, is going to revenge us. He's going to pay us back for what Esau Edom, through this system, through Esau Edom government and this kingdom, what they have done it to us as a whole. But our people say, nah, man. 2/3 of our people not that. No, they uphold and they love this place. They think that Esau Edom is God. Okay? And through Christianity, they think that the Lord is still a so-called white man. Okay? They want to get along with Esau Edom. Okay? Anything that this government push, our people are for. When it comes to a crisis, our people at the forefront, crying out to the system, man. Okay? And it says, let me see. That's it on that. Because I'll get ready to close out. And I got a couple of more scriptures I want to get. But that's it on that. Let me get on Job chapter 30, verse 1. Okay, because it's going into how now you're starting to see these nations exposing Esau Edom, how they raped, robbed, and took everything. Okay, but the Bible back it up, man. Okay, the Bible back their history up. Okay, Job chapter 30. Let me see. I'm gonna start off at 1. And it says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Yeah, because Esau Edom, even though Esau was the firstborn, okay, of Isaac, okay, and Rebekah, okay, but Jacob eventually got the blessing, Okay, you know the history about that. You know, you go into that, how Jacob supplanted Esau out of his blessing. And on top of that, Esau gave his blessing away, okay, for red pottage. Okay, Jacob went and stole it. They had an agreement, okay, and Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And eventually, the blessing that which was the firstborn went to Jacob, okay, even though Esau was the elder, okay. But in all actuality, us, the Israelites, we're over Esau, Edom. They are inferior unto us, okay. So that's why Job say that. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, because we're in captivity up under them at this time. Whose father have whose father I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. And you know about that, how filthy, how abominable they can be when it comes to animals, especially the dogs, man. Okay, which is, you know, bestiality, man. Which they trying to pass that in certain states, hell, worldwide. And it says, verse 2, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. Yeah, because it came upon a time that Esau Edom was at that low state before Yahweh Shemel Shah got him in a high position of where they at now. Okay, verse 3, for want and famine they were solitary. Yeah, they was cast off from other nations, man, by themselves, man. Okay, as I made mention, pushing to the wilderness, man, the you know, certain parts of the cliffs, or you know, the mountains, the caves, okay, into the woods, the forests, man, from for humanity, okay, from other nations. And it says, continue on, um, who cut up mellows by the bushes and Jupiter roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Yeah, so anytime these Edomites back then, when they showed up in certain parts of these other, you know, countries amongst other nations or other kingdoms back then, they already know what they was known for. These nations knew what they was known for, their history, about being thieves. Okay, how filthy they was, how filthy and how low they was, man. Show you the power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, how he raised Esau up to this point. And on top of that, most of their success, how they got into, you know, this position that they in, the Israelites helped them, okay? Taught them how to do things, taught them how to survive, okay? Groom them up, okay? But through prophecy, the Lord had them to get an upper hand on us, man. And to this day that they're in power. Now they look down upon us. Okay, now they got us in derision once again. Okay? And it says, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief. And it says, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and in the caves of the earth and in the rocks. So once again, that's Esau Edom characteristics, man. Okay? Cave dwellers. And they always been known as thieves, man. So that's it on that. Now I'm going to go to the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 15. Okay? Because like I said, they have everything in their possession. But soon, Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to reverse it, man. Okay? He's going to put us back on top where we belong. Okay? And everything that these heathens have, starting with Esau Edom, is going to belong to us, including them. Okay? Job chapter 20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh Bashemel Shah should cast them out of his belly. So everything they have in their possession is going to belong to us. Okay, all the riches that they have, they done stolen. Okay, mainly from us and these other nations. But what they stole for these other nations, that's going to belong to us. And these other nations going to belong to us, man. Okay, everything. Okay. And it says, he shall suck the poison of the absaps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. Okay, yeah, because the Lord going to start to bring judgment on Esau, you know. Verse 17. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, and the brooks of honey and butter. Yeah, he ain't going to see that prosperity. He ain't going to have that prosper life as they have now. Okay, they're going to go from riches to rags, to the lowest of the low, where they belong, back to that low state, man. Okay? And we're going to be put up on a pedestal. We're going to be exalted through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 18, and that's going to be when the kingdom is established. And they're going to build it up. Okay? That which he labor that which he labor for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restoration be. It is real, true reparations, man. Okay, that the Lord is going to give back to us, man. He shall not rejoice therein. Yeah, so eventually your new world order is going to fail. And Yahweh Shai is going to take you devils out of power, right along with the rest of these heathen nations. And Yahweh Shai is going to establish his kingdom, okay, under the rule of King David and 144,000 and the 1/3, starting with the elect, which is the elect. And as a whole, eventually, 2/3 that's going to die on this side, come back in the kingdom through the loins or the children of the elect. And they're going to inherit the kingdom. And they're going to rule over all you heathen nations, starting with Esau, Edom. And as a whole, we're going to rule, man. And everything is going to belong back to us, man. Restored back to us. Okay? And in that time, the earth is going to be back in its full strength. Okay? The earth is going to be governed by the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is the new covenant in our inward parts. Okay? We're going to live forever. We're going to have the immortality bodies, extraterrestrial bodies. We're going to have spiritual power. Okay? Start with the men. Okay? And we're going to rule forever, man. Okay? Ain't going to be no more war. Okay? No more poverty. Okay? Although these nations are going to be catching hell up on us. Okay? But it's not going to be in rigor how Esau, Edom have done to us, man. Or how he had done to the whole world in wickedness. It's going to be injustice. Okay? And the Lord righteous anger. Okay? That's it on that. Let me see. I'm going to get on Ecclesiastes and I'll get ready to close. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 4. And it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Yeah, and that due time is coming. Okay, once Yahweh shall return, he's going to set up one that's profitable. And our kingdom is going to be profitable, okay? Not just for us, but for the whole world, okay? For these other nations, for the ecosystem, the animals, okay, the air, the water, the resources itself. Okay, everything's going to be back in its rightful order, man, and profitable. Okay? And it says, verse 5, in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Shai is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. And that's going into what? The elect. Okay? It is starting with the nation of Israel, man. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong. And that's Esau Edom, man. Okay? Because Esau Edom know the history. He know about the 12 tribes of Israel and who they are today. Okay? He know about how their forefather Esau sold his birthright. He know about his past history. That it was the Greeks, the Romans. How they constantly, back then, ruled over us. And how they always failed. And how certain times that we rule over them. Okay? But to this day, Esau always bear that hatred towards us, man. And it says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injuries practices. Yeah, that's Esau to the T, man. Everything he calls, okay, about an injury, okay, they practice it by setting up these agenda, man. Okay, destroying us as a nation, man. Okay? And it says, pride is hateful before Yahweh and men, and by both do one commit iniquity. And Esau Edom, he's known to be prideful. They the most prideful nation. Okay? But the Lord despised that. And they're going to soon find that out. Because of Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, and that's soon to come. Okay, the translation of power, authority. When Yahweh shall return and set up the kingdom of Israel and bring down Esau, Edom. Okay, so that's it on that. Let me see. I'll end off with Daniel. Okay, Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. Let me see. And it says, going into the end time prophecy when Yahweh shall return. Okay, when Yahweh shall return, Yahweh shall going to take down all these nations. Okay, and the Lord's going to put them in subject under the nation of Israel. Okay, starting with the elect. Okay, Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay, so that's the mind frame of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the restoration. Okay, recompense, reparation for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, we're gonna take back over, man, under Yahweh Shema Shai through the Spirit of the Lord, with that power, man, with authority, and we're gonna rule forever, man. Okay, over Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations. Okay, starting with that 1,000-year period, Esau, Edom going to be in a captivity for 1,000 years, right along with the rest of these heathen nations. And after that 1,000-year period, Esau, Edom as a whole is going to be done away with. The whole nation, men, women, and children. Okay, and the queen, she's going to be in that time too. She's going to experience that 1,000-year period. All you heathen nations, okay, that done die on this side or die in this lifetime, okay, because the scriptures, what in the scriptures called reincarnation, okay, the spirit is going to come back into that flesh, okay, they're going to be born back on the earth again to serve out their punishment, their captivity for that 1,000 year, okay. And for our people, like I say, the 2/3 I made mention earlier, that down on this side, they're going to be reincarnated back in the kingdom, okay. That's how they're going to inherit the kingdom. But for these other nations, okay, they're going to inherit captivity, okay, and for that 1,000 years. But once again, once that 1,000-year period is up, Esau, Edom is going to be done away with, and all these other nations, okay, after that, they still going to be servitude to us, okay. They just ain't going to get the judgment as Esau, Edom, okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that the lesson be edifying. Until the next time, I'm gonna give all praises unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that teach and rule well today, and salutation also to the fellow laborers and the believers that scatter worldwide, that's in the faith and exalt the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and all truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, Shalom.